Hey, everybody, on this episode of Box Office Breakdown, it finds out that the truth is out there. Nobody wanted to see Men in Black International or Shaft, but we'll break it all down next.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Box Office Breakdown. Yay. Of course, this is the show where we look back at the box office that was, and then we...
Kate.
About the box office that lie ahead. I'm Frank Moran.
What's up? Kari Lane here.
I'm Amy Cassandra Martinez.
And making us look good and sound even better, Bree in the booth.
Hey, everybody.
As always, folks, like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel. While you're there, give it a thumbs up. 2 or 3 or 4, 5.
Woo.
Yeah, the Shaka thumbs or whatever. Yes, do those as well. And also, we've got the chat up and running, so hop in. But if you're watching after we stream live, Kari, what can they do?
Yes, y'all can comment down below.
All right. So we're breaking down the latest box office. We'll also talk about some international news. And at the end, we're going to be doing some spoiler takes of Men in Black International and Shaft. So we'll give you plenty of spoiler warning to know. So if you want to jump out before we get into any in-depth discussions about the shows, those films, you have a chance to.
Nice.
Yes. So let's just jump right into it. This week's, because we're still in the weekend. It's still Sunday.
Yeah.
It's still
Yes,
counts as
it
a
is.
weekend. Yes.
People could still see movies.
That's true. We're going to tap into this weekend's top 5. Coming in at number 1, Men in Black International from Sony. An underwhelming $28.5 million.
Yeah, that's pretty low for big budget sci-fi.
Yes. Amy and myself have both seen this film. Amy, well, we'll save our spoiler-filled thoughts for later. Mm-hmm. Overall, what did you think?
Dang it.
Wow, that was it. There you go.
That's it.
That was it.
Gotta keep it snippy.
I like it. I hope that's on the poster. Dang it.
Dang
Frank,
it.
what is your
Martinez.
one word?
Meh.
Okay.
You can have one more since I said dang it. That's
No, it's
2
one
whole
word.
words.
You can write it as one word.
That's true. Take it back. You only get one. You got me.
I get meh.
Yeah,
That was
meh.
it. That was
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 2, The Secret Life of Pets 2 from Universal, $23.8 million. Has anybody been intrigued to go see this film yet?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
That's okay.
Coming in at number 3 is Aladdin from Disney, another $16.7 million. And our lovely and talented Amy Cassandra Martinez did get a chance to finally see this film.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did you think?
You guys, for the last several films, I've been surprised. So if I've been super excited to go see it, I've been crushed. And if I haven't really cared about it, I've been like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
This was one where I was like, oh my gosh, it's so much better than I thought it was going to be. I was very pleasantly surprised. I have added that song Speechless onto one of my playlists. It's so good. Frank, I know it's your favorite.
I don't know what I just did not. I mean, I'm all for a new song and one for Jasmine, but the song just did not resonate.
I liked it.
You know what?
And the reprise?
The thing is, there was so much emotion in that moment that, yes, during the entire film, there was a lot of cheesy moments. I couldn't get over some stuff. But when it was good, it was really good. And it was, Speechless it just made me speechless.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Tell me one
I'm
thing
glad
you
you
could
liked
not
it.
get over.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to hear this. One thing you could not get over.
Genie's hair.
Was it the
Fair.
top knot?
The top knot, the, atrocious, weird beard situation. In blue, not in blue. I was like, ugh, stop it. But, whatever.
Because I guess you think if you're a being that is imbued with magic, you
change it.
You can control everything. You would want to
should've.
just a really nicely groomed, at least presentable facial hair, right?
Yeah.
You know what? And I mean, I'm all, if he had done that kind of look for a little bit and then changed it would have been fine. And I tried, it didn't really sway my opinion of the movie because I still had a really, really good time. But that was something I was just like, ugh. Because sometimes I don't agree with how people have their hair, and that's totally cool. Mix it up. So then I'm not looking at the same thing the entire time. But it was still good.
What did you think of Will Smith in terms of him singing Disney tunes as opposed to Will Smith singing his own music?
Yeah, we did get injected with some of that Will Smith-ness, which I really appreciated. And I don't think that the trailers and even that preview that we got before it came out did it justice, because that's why I was so scared. I was so hesitant to go even
That
see
clip
it.
was a little but it was better in the full scale.
Yeah, and the thing is that even the first song was a little bit iffy for me, and I think I was feeling that way until like halfway through the film. I was like, I'm not sure if I like this. But then I realized, well, if I'm not sure if I like it, then that means that I don't hate it. So just like let go and just like be
That should be on the poster.
so yeah, the good moments where he like there were some of those. I was like, okay, cool. But it's also I don't know, like respect the property that it is, and that doesn't really scream Will Smith's-ness, you know? So I think that they did a good job balancing both of them. Yeah.
It is at the beginning of the film when he gets ready to sing that song to the children that are on the boat. Where it's just like, all right, we know what you're setting up. When we see the person, we only see their back.
Oh, that was. Okay. That felt like a Disney Channel original movie, but not even like My Time, like the new ones where it's like. Ooh.
I thought that too. I'm like, I know exactly what we're doing right now. Yes. But you know what? It is for a young audience as well. And that's only like one little bit, and then it moves on. That you go, okay, cool, and then you kind of forget about it. Or I think that's the idea: is you kind of forget about that moment, but then you're like, nope, not surprised. But that's okay. I like who it was, and I like that relationship. I thought that was actually kind of an interesting addition.
Yeah, and the thing is that this is one of the few live action remakes that I've been like, they added to it, they improved on it, and I love Naomi Scott now. I'm like, dang girl, like you're so talented. I didn't really know about her that much before, and so I found myself like looking at IMDb. Same for Mena Massoud? No.
Aladdin? Yeah.
Where I was like, wow, you guys need to do more stuff. You're talented. Good for you.
All right, so quick power ranking. We've got Cinderella, Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin.
Okay, well, knock out 2 of those because I haven't seen them.
Got it.
Because I didn't want to.
Okay.
Because of the live action thing. So I've seen Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin. And Aladdin's first, for sure. Beauty and the Beast is like,
Got it. Kari?
I've seen all of those. Beauty and the Beast, I kind of put at the bottom because they didn't really add to it enough. I mean, they gave it a little bit with the mom, tiny bit, because we were like, well, whatever happened? But I feel they really dropped the ball with not making the Beast practical effects. Because it's like, come on, that's the easiest one they could have done. It's like they've been doing that since the 90s. My friend was talking a good point. She's like, have you guys seen Face Off? It's like you could have someone make it instantly. Like it could exist. And so the CGI really takes you out of it. I thought Cinderella was a great kind of take on it as well to change it up. I like that one. Jungle Book is a little bit hard because it's CGI animals, so then you are like, whoa. And then a person.
Yeah, but I do have to say with Aladdin, Raja was perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I wanted to pet him.
What about Iago?
I wanted more. I like that he talked, but in the cartoon. But this movie makes it more real, and it makes sense of that's as much as parrots can speak. So I'm like, sure. Yeah. I put Aladdin pretty high up there then.
1,
right.
2.
I know I only said like 2, but walked away with. I probably have felt more fun when I walked away from Aladdin. So yeah, probably Aladdin might be number 1 on the remakes.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you, Frank?
I have not seen Cinderella.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I would go Beauty and the Beast
3.
last.
Okay. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast last.
Jungle Book?
I think I enjoyed, I think this is what we talked about a few weeks ago, where I was not as beholden to the original Jungle Book cartoon as I was to Beauty and the Beast, or Aladdin. So I would put Aladdin second, then Jungle Book number 1 for me.
Hey, Bree, do you have you watched these as well?
I've only seen the Jungle Book one.
Okay.
I didn't love it.
And that's number 4 for Bree then.
Okay.
She didn't love it.
That's right.
I just didn't like. I liked a lot of it. I just didn't like Scarlett Johansson as the snake, which unfortunately threw me off of it a lot.
I thought that was an interesting choice. I'm like, okay, so they made this snake sexy, seducing female voice. That I'm like, okay, because that was a gender swap. That I'm like, but why?
Bree, based solely on any trailers that you've seen for the other 3 films, rank them right now.
Aha.
Okay, based on just the trailers.
Yes, and your initial thoughts.
That.
Then I think Lion King 1, Dumbo 2, Aladdin 3, and Jungle Book 4.
Oh, interesting. Dumbo goes way down on my list. I forgot about Dumbo. Yes.
And Beauty and the Beast goes to like negative 28.
Yes. All right.
Leave comments down below on your ranking of the Disney remakes. I am curious of what order you would put them in.
Yeah, I forgot about Dumbo. That goes way, way low for me.
I heard it wasn't great, but the trailer, you told me on the trailer, and the trailer looked
The
great.
trailer looks.
Yeah, the trailer looks
Sweet.
good.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it tells you in that like 2 minutes, you're like, all right, cool. And then you watch the 2-hour plus film and you're like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Folks, all right, we're jumping back into our top 5 there. We've got Dark Phoenix coming in at number 4, made another $9 million there for Fox. Then we have Rocket Man at number 5 from Paramount, $8.8 million. The other film that opened wide this week was Shaft. Usually just do our top 5. We'll stretch it out for top 6 this weekend because it was also the subject of our box office bet. That came in at $8.3 million.
Looking at the chat, Jenna James says, love Shaft. There were some cringe moments with Jesse T. Usher, but enjoyed it overall. And I will wait for streaming/Amazon Fire Stick for MIB International.
Well, Shaft did way worse than we thought it was going to.
Yes.
And Yusuf said, I love Shaft also. So, yeah, interesting.
So the few people that did go see it liked it for the most part.
Yeah.
I've heard that there's a big difference between the critical score as well as the audience score. There's so people that have seen it seem to have liked it. It did have a troubled production. I saw it, and the Red Band trailer that came out just a couple weeks ago really sucked me into the film. Like, I am down to go see this film.
Yeah.
The film itself doesn't quite deliver on the entire promise of that Red Band trailer, but it's still I still enjoyed this more than I did Men in Black International.
So it Dumbo'd you.
That's right, it Dumbo'd me. Don't Dumbo me. But it was, as I mentioned, the subject of this week's box office bet. So we all overestimated what Shaft was going to do at the box office.
How far off were we, Frank?
That's true. Well, the winner, who was just a mere $14 million over, that was myself, folks, with $22 million. Then we had Bree coming in at a close second at 24. We had Amy then right up there next to 25.
Yeah,
Carrie
you scared me.
Oh, I went way up there.
swung for the fences at $32 million.
Yeah.
There you go. So you'll find out who's the man.
I'll see it later, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I'll mention when we finish this in a second. I did watch some other movies of catching up. So.
Oh, very nice. Oh, well, great. But I think it's it's a film you don't need to rush out to the theater to watch, but it's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. We'll talk more about it at the end of the show.
Yay.
So that's our top 5, or top 6, I should say. And we're going to do another box office bet in just a moment on a couple other films that are opening up this weekend, this coming weekend. And that is going to be, we've got Anna from Lionsgate on 2,150 screens. Child's Play.
Woo!
I don't know about
I'm
that
actually
one.
excited.
2,500 plus screens. And then lastly, Toy Story 4.
Woo! I'm so excited. What a wonderful
A mere
weekend.
4,400 screens there. So, folks, start voting away in the chat about which one of these 3 films you would like us to do the box office bet on towards the end of this episode. But before we move on to other stuff, Carrie, you mentioned you caught up on some stuff.
I finally saw Christopher Robin.
Oh, wow.
I know. There's some that I'm like, oh, yeah, it's on Netflix now. I liked it. It was a hair slow. But I liked Winnie the Pooh. I grew up watching that, but I didn't feel that super nostalgia pull. But it's a cute story, and I like what they did with the animals, creatures, and real world. So that was entertaining. But I would say it is very young tonally. But I still enjoyed it.
Oh, that's why Amy loved it so much.
I know. I didn't think it was that young, and I cried my eyes out. It was perfect.
Having not seen it, but I'd like to, I guess, but I also feel like it just deals with one of my least kind of favorite, I don't want to say genres of movies. It's the themes, I guess.
Yeah.
It's the, I've forgotten how to have fun. I've got
I'm so grumpy and old. And
Yes.
what is fun?
when you get older?
Oh, brother.
Yeah, no, that's true. But I don't really want to mention something because I don't want to spoil it for you if you watch it. But I like how that is addressed, but then other things that you maybe didn't think about ahead of time that you go, okay, that's cool. They explored that.
Like his rampant drug use.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yes.
got
No. Also, I saw Nutcracker in the Four Realms.
Really? Oh, how was
Also
that?
very young. That one's probably even a younger kind of audience. I thought it was actually kind of cute. I think it would be way better at Christmas time. because it was kind of weird to watch going into summer. But again, it was on Netflix. I'm like, sure. I like that they make her. So I guess I had forgotten she's the daughter of the woman who goes to the Four Realms. There are some plot points that are probably very obvious that I kind of was like, wait a minute, this seems too obvious kind of a thing, but I think kids maybe wouldn't know. But I also hope these things teach kids that, like, you can't automatically trust the person who's giving you information to be 100% giving you all the information. Because I feel some movies do that where the character goes, okay, everything you tell me is true, and I'm never going to question it, ever. And you're just like, come on, that's the first person you've met in this place. How can you think everything they say is the full truth, because that's only one character's perspective. So I like that they have that. They also make her really smart and like a tinkerer builder person, knowing, like, working with gears, and that does come into play later. So I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, like a different take on it as well. So it's cute, but it's definitely very young. Like, there's some silly stuff that was like, like there's some toy soldiers that, like, they're really goofy physical comedy stuff that was a little too young. I'm like, oh, okay. But those are at least in small doses. It's not like they hang out with her forever. So cute, but definitely youthful.
And is the film kind of ending where it feels like they're trying to set a franchise up?
No, because like she goes, because the idea is it's like the different lands, and the idea is supposedly they're going to go to war because one of them is bad and they need her help to
It's
fight them.
basically a prequel to the a sequel to the Nutcracker.
Yeah, because like her mother was the one who was there before, and they're like, oh, you're her daughter, and that's so cool. Like, you're now the queen, because she's like, by the way, my mom has passed. And then they're like, oh, okay, so you're the new queen, and we're so sorry to hear about that and everything. So that was cool to add that, but no, it doesn't feel like there's more.
Well, good, then I won't be missing out by not ever seeing
But
it.
I think you'd be more in the mood if you watched it around like November, December. Like, it felt that would add to it, because then, like, I don't know, that's the question, do you watch holiday movies at those specific holidays, or do you watch it anytime? Because I think they are better when you're watching it at that time of year. What about you guys?
Well, I saw Second Act like 2 weeks ago or whatever. And according to Jennifer Lopez, she was kind of like, it could be a holiday movie because it took place around
Christmas
time.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, okay. But yeah, no, I save all of my holiday movies for the holidays.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'll watch horror movies all year round, but they are more fun at October too. Or at least I'm especially like, I want to watch more.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, because there's a whole streaming service dedicated to horror. So you're like, well, just like, have fun in there.
Frank, what about you? Or you're just like, oh, holiday movies.
Holidays.
Seeing your face about it, you're like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there are those films that you feel like it's more appropriate to watch it at certain times of the year.
Yeah, like Hocus Pocus or Never for Christmas. I can only watch Halloween. I can do either Halloween to Christmas, but I hold off because it makes it that much more special to watch it.
Right.
And then, I also, now I'm blanking on the name, but the British Christmas one, I always wait.
Oh, Love Actually.
Love Actually, thank you.
True.
Yeah. I mean, like 4 weddings and a funeral, I can only watch around a wedding or a funeral.
Well, the TV show comes out end of July, so
I'm so excited.
TV series that they're making, so
Yeah.
I don't think I knew about that.
I guess so. Yep.
You'll have to.
I'll have to set some up so I can watch that. I'll be covering this on AfterBuzz, guys. Get ready.
Really?
Just kidding. No,
You just promised it.
Oh, what? No.
It's
That's a contractual obligation now.
It's there.
That's right. I've said it out loud. I did see one film real quick. I saw +1. It's a new film that's coming out. It's been doing. It came out just this past Friday on limited theatrical engagements as well as on demand and digital. But it stars Maya Erskine and Jack Quaid. So it's a romantic comedy about 2 friends that have 10 weddings to go to through the course of the year.
Oof,
and
that's
decide
a
rather
lot.
than go their single,
+1.
they're going to go as each other's +1. And then you see what happens to them.
Do they fall in love?
They do. And then some things happen after that.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not the same premise, but it reminds me of Wedding Date with Will and Grace. I know her name. Grace.
Deborah Messing.
Thank you. Yes, with her and my best friend's wedding. Hold on.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy.
Dylan McDermott.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's what it reminds me of. But you said it with a smile, so I'm especially intrigued.
Yeah, I find myself enjoying it.
Yeah.
And that's not just saying. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. It was much better than I thought it was going to be, and I did get a chance to talk to the directors last week. So check that out there on Popcorn Talk and I Talk Movies. It's Brie was in the building and she fell asleep during that interview, so that's how good it was. Yep.
It was so soothing. It was calming.
That was it.
Yeah,
yep.
therapeutic.
And, don't wake her. Don't wake her.
No.
But no,
Sorry, I was just sleeping there again.
That's
Sorry.
right.
Oh, that's what I. Yeah.
The directors are great. They wrote it as well.
Wow.
I thought they did a really solid job. So, romantic comedies are hit and miss with me.
Yeah.
But I felt like this one was really good. I thought they achieved the objectives they wanted, which is try to reflect the lives of their friends around them and things that they aren't seeing in other romantic comedies that they could bring to the screen. And I thought
That's
they did.
cool.
Yeah.
Is it so? It's gonna.
Oh, yeah,
is
where
it gonna
else
be
could we watch
released,
it?
Or?
It is. I mean, you could watch it right now. It's on demand or digital right now.
Nice.
Or it's some theatrical runs. I don't know how long it'll be in theaters, but a
what it
limited
is.
amount of theatrical
Yeah.
runs.
Very cool.
I'm
Yes.
so excited.
There you go. Check it out, Amy.
Oh my god! Thank you.
King's Portal liked our I save my holiday movies for the holidays. Well said. They said in the chat. A lot of people are thinking people are a little mixed on how they think Toy Story will do. Like, are we feeling the year of flops? Are we going into the summer with good ones? And they're like, well, hopefully Toy Story might turn it around.
I mean, the initial buzz that I've heard about it has been very positive.
Yeah, same. Most of the people I know who've seen it are like, it's good.
A
Yeah.
lot of people cried.
I feel like I'm willing to trust Pixar.
Yeah.
That I feel like, other than the Good Dinosaur side, I will enjoy the film.
Yeah.
If not really, just be enthusiastic about it. I very rarely.
I totally forgot about the Good Dinosaur until this week, because of Toy Story. Everyone's been talking about the Pixar films, and then that got brought up like 3 times. Like, oh, I completely forgot that was actually a film.
Yes, that's it's not a terrible film. It's just an underwhelming film. A truly terrible Pixar film is Cars 2. That film's garbage, guys.
Cars.
That's
Who
awful.
did Dinosaur? Wasn't there a
Yes.
like 2000? Like
Yep.
Dinosaur,
DreamWorks? I think it was DreamWorks.
Not The Land Before Time.
No,
Nope.
not Land
That's
Before Time.
something else.
But Cars 2 is awful. Focuses way too much on Mater, the character that is the most annoying in the Cars franchise.
Well, I would beg to differ that Mater fans out there would say it's one of the best.
Oh, there are no such things as Mater fans.
it literally came out in
you don't know.
2000. It's called Dinosaur, and it says Disney's.
Oh, well, look at that. Oh, that's right, because they did have an attraction over at Animal Kingdom based on that.
Right.
Where you're escaping the comet that's coming to destroy the world. Yes. There you go. So
Throwback.
you can see the dinosaur's last moments. That's great. In the ride,
That's
you are
awful.
racing away from the comet that's coming to
know.
take them away. Hooray.
So
Oh,
start putting your
lovely.
votes on what we're voting on, everybody.
Quick international news here. Men in Black International, didn't just underperform here; it also underperformed internationally as well. It basically got $73.7 million at the international box office, adding to its soft weekend here. It got $102.2 million globally.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is basically on par with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and 19% behind Men in Black 3. Which I still feel is a better film than this one. They were number 1 in 36 out of 56 markets, including China. The start there, however, is about $30 million below, below the $30 million that they're expecting pre-release. Yeah, so that is one thing. It's like, and we've been talking about this a lot with not just this year, but even last year too, with sequels to franchises that we've loved, especially when there's been a long gap of time. And they've all
Incredibles.
That was last
That's a
year.
long
it
gap.
did well though.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the film was fine. Yeah, it was fine. I don't know if it quite got that same magic that I was expecting from the first Incredibles film, but still, it was. Fine.
Well, it's hard because as soon as you get a sequel, you're like, okay, cool. How does it compare to the first one? And for me, I loved both equally in different ways. But it was also one of those things that people wanted it for so long. And I think that that's what studios need to listen to, because if you don't have people like, come on, give us a sequel, then maybe don't do it. You know, like no one was like, come on, guys, we need another Men in Black movie.
I don't know. I mean,
Were people?
Well, I don't, because the concept is so good. We talked about this last week. The concept is so good that I think
The world building is great.
You'd want to see something else in there. It needed to be a better film than this one was.
I do have a question then on Shaft. How much does it matter if you've ever seen any of the other movies?
I mean, it'll just, I guess, deepen your appreciation for some of the stuff. Okay. But, I mean, it does have a tie-in to the Sam Jackson film from 2000, then which ties into the Richard Roundtree films back in the 70s. So I mean, it is all connected.
Okay.
But you could walk into this one and still be fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because that's something good with franchises, that in case people haven't seen the other ones, if someone randomly is like, oh, cool, I'll check this out, it's really unfortunate for an audience member if they're like, if it requires too much and doesn't kind of let you know, be like, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, because you speak like how many people were crying out for a Men in Black film. Like, I would also think, like, who was really crying out for another Shaft film?
Okay.
Apparently, the box office numbers told us not many.
Well, I thought you were going to say Fast and the Furious franchise-related stuff.
Oh, no, but that...
I mean, I'm game.
Hobbs
I'm
and
so
Shaw
excited.
Hobbs and Shaw looks so cool, though.
I just love The Rock.
But are you not jazzed about it?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Do you think the general moviegoer is not?
I think the general moviegoer might be like, another one? But people that love The Rock or Jason Statham or are so into the universe that is the Fast and the Furious universe, they're like, yeah, dude, I'll do 50 of these. I don't care. But you have to get past that point. Heck, when I went to go see Aladdin, sometimes I think we forget that because we love movies so much, the average person doesn't go out to see it in the first 2 weeks. Like, Aladdin's been out for a while, almost a month, and it was a packed theater. And it's not necessarily because it's like, oh, I couldn't get a ticket before, you know, like with Endgame.
Could it be summer? Like, people have time off?
Sure, yeah. But people, like, don't rush to go and see these movies. So, I don't know.
Slow box office numbers ticking up.
But it's interesting with The Rock, though, is because I enjoy him tremendously just as a personality. And but I feel like his films never really deliver on the promise.
Yeah.
They can be fine, but they're never like, holy cow, so satisfying. But like the Fast and Furious films, well, even this last Fast and Furious was kind of rough. But like Moana, I mean, he's just singing in that one.
I mean, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
I even like the
Central Intelligence.
San Andreas. That was actually like, as a disaster movie, it was entertaining, but it's definitely like in the category of disaster movies. But Hobbs and Shaw was like, okay, this looks so cool because you like those characters, you want that extreme action, and them together look so entertaining. So you're like, okay, yeah, I'll watch that.
I mean, you had Jumanji, Rampage, and then one other one.
Jumanji was good too, actually. It was fun.
The Kevin Hart stuff really.
At least he was small doses. Jack Black is what steals the show, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
Oh my. Yes.
But I'm hoping, because like the Rock that I enjoyed in Fast and Furious, Fast 5.
Star Drews, what about Baywatch, Frank?
That's a rough one too.
That was.
Speaking of remakes.
Yeah.
That's a movie that you'd watch on the weekends, like in the morning when you're like waking up and like, all right, this is on.
So you're not, your mind hasn't fully awakened yet, so you can let stuff slide.
I feel like, you know, just because you don't go out to the movies, you save your special movies for like at home at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, it's like, ooh, it's
7,
fancy
you're
time.
up early.
I like that.
No, PM.
Oh, PM.
7 PM.
Okay.
So if it's in the afternoon/evening, that means that they're super important. The morning ones, you're like,
You know, folks, I am making the call right now. We're going to be starting a special part of Box Office Breakdown where it's like Amy's special movies, where you will just tell us which movies are you going to be joining in at special time.
I mean, I saw Fame. Again, the original one at a special time.
All right.
What was the special time?
It was like in the evening, like 7 o'clock.
That's 7
Oh,
a.m.
yeah.
Special time.
Yes.
But the Rock that you see in Fast 5, where he finally gets introduced, and you're loving that character, and like that's the way I want to feel when I see a film with The Rock. That enthusiasm, and I'm hoping Hobbs and Shaw delivers that because the trailer does, and I just want the rest of the film to do it as well.
Oh, quick thing though, Hobbs and Shaw. Good point. Gregory Castillo says Hobbs killed Hobbs killed Han, and so they are not wanting to see the movie. And
Shaw
no,
killed.
it said never mind. Then they go, sorry. They go, I mean Shaw killed Han.
That's
and I'm
true.
like, that's a good point.
It's tough. I mean, that's the one thing that's hard
But
to
he's
look
an
over.
assassin person, so
I mean, the one you could do it with Hobbs because he did not have that personal attachment to Han as much as the rest of the core cast did. So, if any character that you could put Shaw with, it makes sense to do it with Hobbs. You couldn't see. I would be hard time buying like a Vin Diesel film with Shaw. Like Toretto and Shaw. I couldn't buy it.
yeah.
It'd be too much. He would have to kick his ass for what happened to Han.
Better Luck Tomorrow. There we go. Go watch that because then that's Han prequel.
Oh, there you go.
Indirectly, because he's like the same character. That was like, oh my gosh, it's Han before he's Han.
Meantime, folks, I know we're all wondering how Avengers Endgame is doing. I know
Right?
Amy
Always.
is keeping tabs on this. Right now, 2.743 billion right now. So still behind Avatar. Do you think it's going to make it? Nobody else is expecting it without a re-release.
Yeah, fair.
Amy's not giving up hope.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
not giving up hope.
Never give up.
No, never give up, never surrender.
Exactly.
So, folks, we're going to jump in. We've got about 8 minutes left in the show, so we're going to jump right into our box office. Actually, before
Wait,
our box
we need
office, but
them.
we get to our top 5.
Yes.
So keep voting away there for either Anna,
What is
Child's
our
Play,
tally?
and Toy Story 4. But in the meantime, we'll do our top 5 for next week. I can't imagine anything else other than Toy Story 4 taking number 1.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say Toy Story, then I'm gonna say Child's Play because Men in
Because
Black
how many horror
International-
movies? Yeah.
Yeah, well, and Men in Black International is gonna go down at least 50.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then
Actually,
I would make that 3 Men in Black International 3, and then just kind of.
But do you worry that the Child's Play could fall into the Men in Black International, where it's like people like Chucky? Do people want a new Chucky film?
We didn't ask for
they
it.
keep making them though.
Yeah.
And I will go see them.
I mean, this last Halloween film, that
Mark
did.
Hamill as Chucky. I'm kind of there for that.
Yeah, I don't know. He just looks so. The character, the doll looks so weird.
He looks rough.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
maybe
the
that's the
eyebrows
point.
situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to watch that in my
So
special
it looks
time.
like Toy Story 1. You're gonna what?
I'm going to watch that
At
in
your
my
special time?
That sounds
So
weird.
are we
You made
thinking
it sound
Anna's getting nothing on the top 5?
I've never heard of Anna.
I've seen the trailer on Hulu. It looks very standard female who is trained assassin person, like generic, and can change their look. It's
So now we're
Alias,
saying it's not getting on top 5.
It's Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde. Like it's nothing
Peppermint.
about it looks
Yes.
super freshly new. If you want like girl kicking butt kind of movie, that's what it looks like. But it also has there's an actress in it too. I'm blanking, but there's some other people in it that maybe could be a draw.
But given like the low performance right now of what we got in our top 5 currently, I could.
But see,
Actually,
Anna
no.
could be. I could almost go. Oh, thank you. It's Helen Mirren is in it, so she looks. I'm like, ooh, I like her, so I'd be curious to watch her.
Oh, whoa.
Right?
she's
Different look.
Yeah.
So I could almost say Toy Story, then Child's Play, then Anna, and then Men in Black,
And Secret Life of Pets.
and then Secret Life of Pets. Yeah. Because I mean, Anna is like a new action one, and I know like almost summer is the okay. I just want something fun and like explosions and fight stuff. That's like a okay, cool. But yes, it's a good point that you're like, what movie? Hulu's had the trailer, so I've seen them a bunch of times.
Yeah, I mean, I could see going with you, Carrie, just because I feel people are so disappointed at Men in Black International
Yeah.
and Secret Life of Pets that they're, it's like, well, these are disappointed us. Maybe we'll at least see something that
different.
could be good.
Yeah, it could be.
I want to know also, like, from people, if people go to the movies with a purpose of seeing a certain one, or if they just go and they're like, well, let's see what's there. So if they're like, well, let's see what's there. Ooh, what's Anna? Oh, it's an
What about
action.
you?
Let's go. I always go with the plan.
Me too.
And
Same.
plan B, C, and I mean, I buy them.
Leave a comment.
true.
What do you do?
You
Do you
know.
just go to the movies, or do you have a plan? Plan, and then there's a backup in case like something happened with it. But I've been in line, and there are other people like, well, what do you want to see? Huh?
No.
What? No,
Get
never
it,
done
get
that.
it. You buy them, and then it's like it gets added to my calendar. It's like it's an event.
It's an event.
It's planned. Yes.
Yeah.
It's an event. I love it. All right, folks. Amy, do you disagree in the top 5?
No, I already said mine. It's different from you guys, but
It was so
it was,
unremarkable. I forgot.
it was perfect.
Oh.
It was perfect.
It'll be the one that's like for real next week.
Oh,
Perfect.
okay.
Got it. That'll remind me when I put this together next week.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, folks, we're going to jump into our box office bet on the film that you have voted on in the chat. You've decided which film we're going to bet on. We will decide what we think the opening box office total of the film you're choosing is. Whoever is the winner, who's closest to the actual total, will be the prognosticator. Prognosticators, like me, it'll be me next week, guys. And
No,
I'll be the winner.
it'll be me.
The loser will be like Carrie. We'll have to go see the film.
Right.
Go see it. and tell us
Courtney
all about
agrees
it.
with our thought of Toy Story, Child's Play. Then Anna, Men in Black, and Secret Life Pets.
Got taste,
Good job,
Courtney.
Courtney.
You got
Yeah.
taste.
Okay.
All right. So do we have, I'm going to do my, my
Yes,
usual
Toy
Ken
Story.
Jack shout out. Toy Story?
Oh, yeah, Toy Story.
Toy Story. All right. Tim Allen, Tom Hanks,
What was the last box office numbers for them?
Oh my goodness.
Didn't mean to throw you there.
No.
but
We'll find out right now.
What? I'm curious on that. How much did the third one make?
There we go. All right, we'll find out right now. There we go. Toy Story.
Oh, okay. Oh.
This is great. The quiet typing time is perfect for people listening.
Weekend, that 110.
All right.
Wow.
Yep.
Do you have 110?
110. All right. So that's what Toy Story 3 did. That came out again 9 years ago.
But what did it come out against?
That's a whole other search there.
That's a whole other one. So
I'm just saying that also could
True.
play into
Yeah.
why it would make a certain amount.
So that'll be our Brie. I assume you're going to be joining us for this.
Yes, I'll join.
Fantastic! This is going to be great, folks.
I'm seeing some
4,400
high
screens.
numbers so far on people's bets.
I mean, it's getting good word of mouth. So I think this is going to be a high bet situation for everybody.
Ken Jack has 151. Sorry if I say this wrong. Saeed says 101. I thought I saw some other numbers. This is
All right. We got our number elected. Here we go. I will go.
so. Okay.
All right. Got my number
Oh
elected.
wait, did we say 110 before?
Hey. She's looking up how much Toy Story 4 could make opening weekend.
Boo, Brie,
Hey!
boo.
You guys don't realize I literally do this every week.
Well, yeah, but we don't need to
Courtney
know that.
says
We've seen you
115.
doing it.
Neil says 122.
I mean, Amy's the one that yelled it out.
Oh, Gregory says 105. Miss Saeed's changed theirs to 185.
I do this every time. I also lose some of the time.
Oh.
Amy's
You
feel
guys
like
all have
she's found
phones.
out
You could be
Santa
doing
isn't
it
real.
too.
Okay, well, what did they say the projection is?
130.
Interesting. All right.
But they said that it could be as low as 105. So between 105 and 130 is what they're saying.
All
Okay.
right.
King's
well,
Portal says 160.
Bree, with that in mind, do you have a number?
I'm going 128.
128 for Bree.
All right, all right.
Oh, Channels in the chat says, oh, cheater.
Amy,
Not
what
cheating,
you?
it's a look.
You're researching.
I'm
Yes,
researching.
that's
That's not
fair.
cheating.
Yeah.
It's often wrong.
You
Yes.
gotta go with your gut, Bree.
It just
Always
a
go with my
number
gut.
like comes from
Sky
your soul.
Patterson says 130. Oh, Channels said now we see behind the curtain.
I
What do you-
say
what do you say?
113.
113. All right.
Okay.
Carrie?
I went a low, kind of 98.
98. Oh, all right. Well, I went just slightly above that. I went 101.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. Oh, this is going to be a hot
Wait,
contest.
what did Bree say?
What did you say again, Bree?
Bree did
I said
128.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Amy's like, as long as I'm
You
not
said
on the
says
edges.
160.
It's fine.
All right, folks. We spent too much time just gabbing about other things. We're gonna miss
So
about our.
maybe I'll see the other movies by next time. Then,
Yeah,
then
and
I
then we
can
can do a
catch up.
spoiler
Yeah,
take.
totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we will save our spoiler-full talk for Men in Black International as well as Shaft until next week. I feel like I was dropped T in Shaft. I feel like Shaft. I was lazy with my T there. I gotta get that T going on the Shaft. So, folks, thanks for joining us for this episode of Box Office Breakdown. As always, like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you, everybody, for hopping in the chat. Give us a thumbs up while you're on the YouTube channel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, however many you can. And Carrie, if they're watching after we stream live,
Yes. Comment down below. We've asked a couple fun questions. We'd love to know your responses.
yes, and get ready for the next week's special
Stop
segment
it.
with
Stop.
Amy and
No.
her special time
No.
movies.
Special time.
Yes. Now, if you want to stay in touch with any of us even after the show's over, Bree, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Brie, BRI_Phipps, PHIPPS on Twitter and Instagram.
And you guys can find me on all social media
Yes. Do
at
it.
Amy Cassandra MTZ.
Nailed it.
Oh, my goodness. Even while
you.
laughing.
Thank
a pro.
you.
Nice. And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. And we just started When They Cry on AfterBuzz Anime Reviews. So if you're an anime fan, we just started reviewing that one. Come join us.
I just had to type in and remind myself to talk about Amy's special time movies next week. Folks, follow me on the Twittergrams at HappyGoJackie. We will see you back here next week with an all-new segment of Amy's special time movies.
Oh my
right here at Box Office Breakdown. See you next time.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com.
I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.